If you're preparing for swimming open water or you're an avid triathlete, pay attention to this video because I have a couple of skills that will help improve your freestyle sighting. Hey swimmers, welcome back to the Swim Bites channel. I'm Coach Mandy, and today's quick tip video is on freestyle sighting and steps to help you feel more efficient and be able to swim faster out in open water. Now, if you're serious about taking your swim training to a new level, hit the pinned comments below and join my Swim Bites program today. All right, let's get into detail on how to start practicing your sighting.
Okay, swimmers, so in this video, I'm going to show you how to sight correctly for open water. So first, I'm going to show you how to practice in a lap pool, also demonstrating with and without breathing, so you can see really what are the priorities if you do combine a breath when sighting. Also practicing against a current, so you can actually see the bow wave or the pocket, not only for my breath, but also when sighting, especially when you're out in open water and you're against strong currents. And ultimately, you will learn how to swim faster while increasing efficiency for freestyle, which will help you so much in open water. One of the positives of practicing sighting in a lap pool is it allows you to actually concentrate on form without the distraction of currents and chop. Also, you can practice as many repetitions as you'd like with different combinations. So you can see here that I'm quickly sighting from time to time, about every 4 strokes or so, just getting used to the form. Now I'm going to slow this down and point out some things that you can work on as you practice sighting. So after taking a few relaxed strokes, the moment your hand enters, you want to scoop your head up. So you don't need to lift it very high. You'll be very much surprised that you want to lift it as minimally as possible, really to the goggle line. So what happens is you end up sighting right at the peak of the bow wave, not in the pocket, and it'll just be your goggle line. So you're just seeing what you're looking at. You don't need a lot of detail, just a quick peek or a quick sight. And you want to practice this without breathing first. That way you get used to actually sighting without breaking down too much. So in this demonstration here, I'm sighting separately from breathing, and the focus is staying as low as possible so that way you're not scrambling. Once you sight quickly, you immediately drop your head down. Now, when practicing sighting, it's very common for you to have some tension in the back of your neck, more so than you would just practicing freestyle without sighting. So you want to aim to overemphasize taking out as much tension as possible after you quickly sight, just because it's very easy to have that residual tension in your neck. I deal with it myself, so I have to actually put more effort in letting go of that completely. And this is something that you can easily practice in a lap pool without any distractions. In this demonstration right here, I'm sighting again, and in the next frame, I will attach it to a breath at the same time. Now, I only recommend this for those that are very comfortable with breathing, because as I mentioned earlier, you want to keep your head position as low as possible, so you want to avoid as much lifting, and this already puts you in a state of lifting your head because you have to sight. So once you sight low, you immediately turn your head to the side. In this demonstration, my head is higher than it would be normally, and that's because I've sighted immediately beforehand. So when you combine sighting and breathing together, you're trying to keep as low as possible. Now, even though my head's a little bit lifted, not a big deal because I still have a pretty pronounced bow wave and there's no issues getting a breath, and it also doesn't break down my stroke. So if you're practicing sighting and you breathe, be sure to prioritize staying as low as possible once you turn your head to breathe. And as long as you do that, you're going to breathe in the pocket. You maintain momentum. That's another one. You don't want to slow down. And as long as you maintain momentum, you keep and create a larger bow wave or a larger pocket. So that's with and without breathing. Most importantly, ideally, it's best to sight without breathing immediately after. Keep it separate as you see here. That's a normal breath that I would always do. And you can see my head is much lower, still a big pocket, no problem. So if you have an option, I would advise to separate it. However, there's always times when you need to breathe immediately, and that's completely fine. You just want to prioritize staying as low as possible and be okay that your head might be slightly higher than normal. But you have a bigger pocket, so it works out. And that's how you sight smoothly without it interrupting anything. And it also improves your efficiency, and you'll end up swimming faster if you are swimming in open water. Here is against a current, just so you can see in place what that's like to sight. And you can see here I attached a breath. I was a little bit lower this time. And as long as you breathe quickly, and in this case I'm sighting, you can see my nose is under the water. There's a little bit of white water at my face, right at the goggle line, and that's as high as you need to go. Any higher than this, completely unnecessary. You will tire yourself out. It's a lot extra work that you don't need to do. You want to improve your efficiency by staying low. So goggle line only, you don't need much else, regardless of how choppy it is, by the way. You time it on the chop, you time it on the current. That's all through practice and getting out in open water as often as possible. So you can see here I separated the sighting completely and then made the breath second. So if you sight separately, this is how your breath will look. Most likely it will stay lower. So you have those options. You're free to do what feels more comfortable for you, but the same priorities apply, which is staying low, breathing early, which will help you stay afloat and you are less likely to break down.
Okay, swimmers, after watching this video, if you have a goal in mind for open water or you have a particular race coming up, let me know in the comments below. If you are new to the channel or you've been watching my content, be sure to hit the red subscribe button below. That way you stay notified for new exciting content weekly and you show your support for the channel. All right, swimmers, enjoy your practice and I will see you all next week.